He says he has the best hands in the UFC. That's another reason why I wanted to fight him.
It's perhaps the most timeless question in all of combat sports. Are great fighters born, or are they made? How much will the countless hours of preparation matter once two combatants square off? On July 6th, in a can't-miss rematch for Jorge Masvidal and Nate Diaz, even after decades of building their legends, the answer may still be in front of them. Each other.
When we step into that ring, I'm gonna fucking knock you dead, brother.
I'm coming to finish, coming to kill, and that's the plan.
For the pride of Stockton, this is a shot at revenge. While for Gamebred, it's an opportunity to do what he does best.
The state of California is gonna press charges on me. I think I'm gonna murder this dude.
When it comes to fighting, the past never remains in the past. And soon, in an explosive grudge match, only one will emerge victorious. Born and raised in Miami, it was in these streets where Jorge Masvidal rose to fame alongside Kimbo Slice. Yet, it was in this apartment complex where it all began.
Me and my mom went through a lot here. She had a lot of good memories as well, a lot of bad memories. It was like a two-bedroom apartment. We'd have all the families staying in here at different points. Some had just came into America for whatever reason, coming and going, so it was a good time, man. That's where we used to take the showers when Hurricane Andrew came. You know why them palm trees are sideways? Because the kids always used to jump from the first floor right there, right onto them palm trees and slide down and shit, man. I bet they're still doing that, these motherfuckers, bro. We do. You ain't doing that. So I saw from an early age that you gotta get after it. You gotta grind. You want something, there's no excuse, especially in this country. You gotta just go out there and do it. My family, my close friends, my kids are blessed and they'll stay blessed, you know?
Over the course of his historic MMA career, Jorge Masvidal forged his legacy with 35 electrifying wins full of accomplishments that no fighter had ever pulled off.
The fight clock is brought to you by Modelo. Gets a massive knockout win. Wow. One of the quickest knockouts you'll ever see.
Oh my goodness.
Masvidal will now once again face Nate Diaz, his biggest rival, who earned his reputation as one of the biggest names in combat sports, with extraordinary combinations, world-class finishing instincts, and a refusal to quit. That led to 22 unforgettable victories. And true to his legend, it was Diaz who instigated the biggest challenge of his career by calling out Masvidal for the UFC's first ever BMF title.
With this belt, I want to defend it against Jorge Masvidal. Had a good last fight. There ain't no gangsters in this game anymore. There ain't nobody who does it right but me and him.
With a worldwide audience hell-bent for the fight, the UFC decided it was time to find out who was the true BMF.
Here we go.
And now, on July 6th, for the second time, these two legends will face off. And the unanswered questions that arose from one of the greatest fights in the history of combat sports will finally be answered.
Big shot.
Big left from Nate Diaz.
Boom, huge elbow.
Doing some damage here. Look at Nate. Round 4 of a possible 5 for this BMF title.
Doctor in to check on the cut of Nate Diaz.
Ultimately, it was a controversial stoppage by the ringside physician that resulted in the TKO victory for Masvidal.
The winner by TKO, and now the winner of the BMF belt, Jorge Gabriel Masvidal.
Nate Diaz will now have his chance for revenge, except this time in a new arena where he believes he has the edge. Boxing. Decades ago, Nate Diaz arose out of Stockton to become a one-of-a-kind fighter with world-class toughness and a can't-lose mentality.
I made the cut happen. And I believe I did it myself. I'm like, I'm gonna get this motherfucker or he gonna get me. And that's what happened. The first thing I thought, I want a rematch. I feel like I'm a better boxer than even all the best boxers. I think I'm better than everybody.
Both inside and outside the gym, resilience and stamina have long been the keys to Diaz's success, a formula developed from an early age, relentlessly pushing himself day in and day out, with his close-knit team by his side. And for Diaz, as always, the bigger the stage, the better.
I'm here to win. There's nothing that I ain't seen that I ain't planned for. No one's gonna work as hard as me, no one's gonna fight as hard as me, no one's gonna train as hard as me. Coming to kill.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, maybe we should get
That's all. Nate hit me up the run when I was already 4 miles in a run. I'm like, fuck. I guess I'll go run another 6 miles with you guys.
Diaz's process relies on removing distractions, preferring to let those in his camp speak to the press and let his ability inside the ring speak for itself.
Nathan is family. Started balling together when we were like 9 going on 10 years old. Hitting motherfuckers, man. That's just what it is. Stockton was rough, but I think it's home for us. So I can't say anything bad about it because it made us who we are, and it made especially Nathan, you know, and he shows it, and he's very, very raw. He's just who he is. He ain't tripping.
Stockton's where I come from. It's where I live. It's where I'm gonna be forever. And if you can live where I live, you can live anywhere.
Over 500 miles away, in the high desert of Las Vegas, in the early hours, Masvidal's training camp begins. With this fight taking place inside the ring, Masvidal knows he must fine-tune his training routine. Jorge's resurgence from the brink of retirement is driven by a thirst to cement his legacy.
I'm gonna make history. Nothing but violence and somebody leaving home in a stretcher. I know I'm better than I already proved the first time. I'm gonna show the world what all this hard work's been put forth, you know.
Taking his camp to Las Vegas allows Jorge to train at elevation to increase his endurance and get ready for anything that comes his way. Masvidal's head coach, Jorge Capetillo, doesn't rely on modern analytics to tell him the best way to run his camp. Instead, he opts for old school training, from scaling mountains to chopping wood.
You know, it's very important for us to run in this elevation run here in Mount Charleston, which is almost 9,000 feet elevation, because he helps with the conditioning to open his lungs. And then we finish and we chop some wood. It's all about old school, baby. So the same way we chop in the wood, the same way we're gonna chop in him.
As well as the training ground for Masvidal, the fight capital of the world is also the first stop on a 4-city nationwide press tour to kick off the rematch the fans have long awaited. And those fans include one of the biggest names in the sport of boxing, Ryan Garcia.
Welcome on in. The Zouk nightclub here at the beautiful Resorts World Las Vegas is the setting for stop number 1 of the Baddest Tour, a combat sports rematch 5 years in the making.
I'm here to support my brother, and it's going to be a great event. Nate Diaz is obviously fighting. That's my boy. Shout out Nate Diaz, you know, he's going to fuck him up. No problem. Jorge, directly after your victory, you said we are going to run it back. Why now? Why professional boxing?
Why now this rematch? Because I want to fight for the world title. Then here we are sometime later now in boxing, you know? So I can't wait to get in and fucking do my thing.
I'm gonna try to beat his ass the best I can in this shit, and then we'll go from there. I don't think I know him a much better boxer, you know? I proved it the first time I dropped him with hands with an overhand right. And he got some shots in as well. But when you really break that footage down, there was one guy who was giving out all the damage and one guy who was taking all the damage.
I didn't like the comments Nate said afterwards. You know, we're both men, we're both professional fighters, and he called me a coward. He said I shouldn't have took that belt, this and that. Man, take it up with the fucking referee, stop the fight. Take it with the doctor, stop the fight. I'm doing my fucking job, and that's to put as much hurt as I can on you. Yeah, Jorge don't know what's going on. He talks a lot of shit online, out loud, and all this stuff, but when it comes face to face, he don't want to say no shit like that. If I what happened last time, we'll run it back in MMA too one day, but right now we're doing this, so it's a whole another situation.
"24 hours later, the rivalry officially rekindled. New Yorkers arrive early to witness the spectacle.
Team Nate, you the OG. You been out here all day telling niggas.
Oh, look at this. Double fingers and a fully locked entire.
They're the new king of this motherfucker now, and it's right here, all right?
No help, he fought his way to the top. The real shit.
Nate represents the 209. Jorge represents the what, 305? If you add those numbers together, you know what that equals? Nate Diaz kicking Jorge's ass.
Jorge, last April, you walked away from MMA, you retired. What is it about this rematch and this fighter across from you, Nate Diaz, that you said, yeah, I'll do that. I'm not done yet.
I've only signed up for one thing, to be as brutal as I can to set myself apart from the next man. So, fuck everybody in this bitch.
There it is. I think everybody retiring out loud is a cap. They're all fucking full of shit. Be about it, don't talk about it, let's do it.
How difficult was that to be pulled from the fight, and how much has that motivated you throughout these 5 years?
So I knew the time would come. I still feel I'm the fucking BMF in this whole bitch.
While both legends may have known this fight was inevitable, during the lead-up, there was still the matter of whose name would come first.
If there's a fight before the fight, sometimes it can happen at the negotiation table when the details get worked out, when we figure out who's the A side and the B side. Nate, did you get what you asked for?
Yeah, I didn't ask for anything. In my personal opinion, I feel like this dude's tried to delay it up and maybe didn't want to fight, you know? But we'll surely find out if he was playing mind games with this chicken-footed, pussy-footed shit that he's been doing, where he's yes, no, yes, no.
We were talking to his manager, and they're like, well, if it ain't like this, he's not fighting. So I don't get it. If I won the last fight, why wouldn't my name be first, you know? But I don't really give a fuck, because at the end of the day, all I want to do is fight, and motherfuckers will be able to tell that.
If you were the baddest
You don't pay us to fight?
motherfucker, you do what you want. Today we're in Miami, my hometown, born and raised here.
A city truly built by immigrants, by minorities, for immigrants and minorities. So the city has shown me a lot since a kid, you know? I guess prepared me for the combat that was ahead of me, for the spotlights, for all the different avenues that I would have in life. I thank this city for getting me right, getting me ready.
Jorge, how would you describe this rivalry that you're in the midst of with Nate Diaz?
Like I said before, I got a lot of respect for Nate for what he's done in his career. Very similar upbringing, but that don't mean shit when we step into the cage or the boxing ring, whatever it is. I'm only trying to do one thing, and that's end the motherfucker. That's all I'm gonna be doing.
When Jorge spoke this week, Nate, about your first meeting, he said what he proved was that he was the superior athlete and the meaner of the two fighters. Do you have any response to that?
I agree, he's mean as fuck. I don't give a fuck though.
I think he might think I'm playing. I think Jorge might, but I hope keep thinking I'm playing, because I'm never playing. I'm here to win, and that's what I'm coming to do, and that's what I always come with.
How does this fight end?
Well, I'm pretty known for throwing like some violent ass knees, and I can't do that in boxing. And I'm also known for like kicking pretty good, and I can't do that in boxing. So, you know, that being said, I love to throw the hands as well. I don't really see it as a challenge. I just see it more as, fuck, let's get to it, you know? It's not a challenge, it's something that I love to do. I love to compete in combat.
Hey, if the last fight would have continued and this was for land, this would be my city, Manega West Side. Fuck all y'all, what's up?
Perhaps a visit to Masvidal's hometown earns him an edge in the war of words. However, as the cross-country tour concludes on Nate's turf, it's an opportunity for his fans to be heard.
These two characters, they grew up on the streets fighting. I imagine that's where we're going to go back to. It might look quite sweet science early doors, but when someone gets pushed on the chops early, after 3 minutes or so, I think you're going to get all out war.
Los Angeles. How are you tonight? This crowd is making a statement right now. What type of statement are you going to make in the ring?
Nah, that's what I expect. I expect a little bit more heat, man. I'm kind of disappointed because in my city, he couldn't get a word off, you know? Y'all letting me talk way too much, man.
Nate, do you feel like the favorite or the underdog in this matchup?
I feel like I don't give a fuck. Either way, it's good with me.
Jorge, we mentioned you're a promoter now these days. What makes this fight so special?
Two dogs in the ring. That's it. You know, when you get real dogs that come to fight, I know I'm gonna give everything I can to take them out and shut all these motherfuckers up. All these motherfuckers talk wild when you got 25 security guards separating us, man. See me outside, bitch. See me outside, run up. I'll be right by myself, waiting for some heat, bro.
Nate,
oh, fuck up.
Why does this fight on June 1st need to be in your home state? Why is that important to you?
Please. Sure, bro. Sure, bro. Work your way up. Work your way up. Work your way up, bitch. There you go. Work your way up. Work your way up. Work your way up, bitch. Work your way up. Come on.
Hey, it was a fun tour. Going out here and all this shit all over fucking USA, and I'm done with all this shit. I'm cool off all this fucking talking shit. I got a whole team to represent. Fuck this nigga and fuck his team, bro. I'm out. I gotta go. Square with yourself, motherfucker.
Just show up to the fight, man. That's it. Just show up to the fight, man.
Jorge, your thoughts?
My thoughts is that he walked out, man. I'm gonna see that little pussy outside. Come in. Make way for this guy right here. Make way for this guy right here.
Absolute mayhem. Preview of the chaos we could see in the ring, but Nate Diaz does what Nate Diaz does. Exactly what he wants, and that's what happened.
Fuck, he's scared. In his own city, walked out. This is a super victory for me. Talking about fuck you when you walk out. I'm right here, motherfucker. I'm right here, motherfucker. I had a Billy kid, bro. No.
road's now over. The real test begins. As a rematch this big and long-awaited raises even more questions, including, with solely his fists, will Diaz have the advantage? Will the desire to remain the BMF give Masvidal the edge? And out of two fighters renowned for their unparalleled desire, who wants it more? On July 6th, as the two legends step into the ring, all questions will be answered.